I, Dermot O'Leary, take you to be my lawful wedded viewers, to inform and to present for you, to amuse and entertain you, with or without Arned, till 6:30 do us part, according to Big Brother's law.
You may now kiss the viewer.
You're so beautiful. Oh, very exciting show today. Welcome to it. On tonight's BBLB, the smashing Somalian is back. Ahmed's here, and he means business. As we prepare for the first ever Big Brother live wedding, we're joined by celebrity wedding planner Siobhan Craven-Robbins. Hello there, Siobhan.
Hello.
How are you? Nice to see
Fine.
you. And we welcome back an old friend to talk about nominations, the lovely Judy James. But first, time to cross to the house, as we always do on Tuesday. Very exciting. Reveal this week's live nominations to the housemates. Yikes.
Yeah, I meant earlier ones like.
Name of the man from Uncle.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is Big Brother. There are 4 people voted for eviction this week. They are, in alphabetical order,
Oh, God.
Daniel and Jason and Nadia and
Victor.
Victor.
What's wrong with these guys?
Yeah, but I'm a bothered. I'm a bothered though. It's an outrage.
You guys all okay? Let's get on with the rest of our day now.
You what?
I'm saying let's get on with the rest of our day.
Yes, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
And it means we get lots of attention again. Oh.
Tisk, tisk.
You alright?
Fancy some football then? Let's go, bruv.
Third time.
Where are we playing? Yeah, you want to go safe? Yeah.
Third time. You know what happened the third time? Never mind. Oh.
You never knew what happened.
Oh.
Will you just come and help me for a bit more with my dress? Yeah. Good. Ooh. Move your foot. My gorgeous.
Are you okay, Dan?
Yeah.
You sure?
Princess?
Yeah.
Come and help me for a bit more.
Time, isn't it?
I will indeed. I'm going to grab something
people
for you
must really hate
so I
me.
can... I'll come.
People must hate me, darling. as well.
Oh my God. Working like that day.
That feels like
Oh. 4 of the big hitters through the magic of CGI. Let's take a look at them. Dan, Jason, Nadia, Victor. That's brilliant, that CGI, isn't it? The big news, obviously, but it's up to you who goes, and these are the numbers to call. And the lines are open, starting from now. Joining me to digest the news is human behaviour expert, friend of the show, Judy James, everyone! Judy, what do we make of that?
Interesting. Well, not surprising, but interesting. I think we've got the strong characters there. It was fascinating to look at their responses, though, because they've been lying big time, pretending it didn't matter and things like that.
Okay.
So.
Did you think it would be 4?
4? No, I thought 2 actually.
Surprised
but then,
me, yeah. Okay, let's look at the strongest reaction. Who you thought? I mean, it wasn't immediately obvious, but you just said to me just before.
Well, that's right. They did this thing like, when you get on these big Oscar awards and things where they have to smile even though they've got the bad news.
Yeah.
And I think they were masking like crazy. And what's interesting, the one that masks the most is often the one that's the most upset.
Okay.
So Nadia was already in a bit of a sulk anyway. I think she's taken it very personally. She stayed in that sulk, so she's letting it all hang out emotionally.
Is that a good thing?
I wouldn't like to be around her. I mean, I'd ship loads of fags in there for a while because I think she's going to be pretty cross. She'll need about 4 fags in her mouth.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, the one that was hit the hardest was Dan.
Okay.
Mr. I Don't Care, but if you watched, he kind of stood up and did this, he did this whole sort of
Darling, it's
overacted
outrageous
thing.
and so-
Outrageous,
Yeah.
as though he's making a joke of it. But, most jokes are based on reality, and I think he was only overacting what he was really feeling.
Wow. So who handled it best? The 2 boys, the Jungle Cats?
Well, only because they'd prepared for it. They'd kind of got props. If you notice, Victor was like bouncing this ball and he got that thing in his mouth.
Yeah.
And that was quite good because that meant that he couldn't change his facial expression. The ball it was something he could carry on doing.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't truly expecting to be nominated, though.
Really?
No, he was completely in denial on that one.
Okay, in previous years, I've had a group hug after nominations. I mean, this year's been a more brutal year anyway, or, whether it's the eviction night or whether it's, after the reactions to nominations. But why is that? I mean, everyone sort of like gave Nadia a hug. Is that because she's the most vulnerable, or she's, like you said, letting it all hang out?
Because she was sitting there like an upset child, she looked the most likely to blub.
Yeah.
But I think the point is that what you've got in here now is a very, very, very strong group of individuals. And I think that there are no real team players in there. So I think they're a bit like superheroes. They're like the X-Men. They kind of they do their own thing, and they don't have group hugs. If it goes wrong, they know it's the strongest one will win. So
It's quite refreshing. It's individual responsibility almost.
And I think a degree of honesty as well. They really all want to win in there now, so there's no point in pretending they don't. What's the point in hugging if you're glad that they're going?
One man who definitely wants to win is Victor. He makes no bones about being the biggest plotter in the house. Yesterday, and this is really interesting, before he heard the results of the nominations, he got it spot on in the diary room. Take a look.
I think up for eviction this week is between 4 people. Myself, Jason, Nadia, and Dan. Me and Jason have become just an entity unto ourselves, while the get-along gang roll around just getting along. So that instantly makes me and Jason easy targets. And the 2 easiest targets out of the get-along gang will be Nadia and Dan.
Smart boy, isn't he?
He's psychic, I think, isn't he?
What are your thoughts about Victor? Can he escape? I mean, he's playing the game in the house, and he's the first person really ever in the house to essentially be very honest in the diary room and say, I'm picking this person off and picking that person off and so forth, which we've kind of grown to love a little bit, haven't we?
Yeah, I think as Big Brother has evolved over the years, I think it's come to the stage where that kind of honesty is going to be admired. We quite
This is Darwinism in its purest form. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, it is, yes.
Wonderful. Survival of the fittest.
I wish I'd have said that.
Really? No one's ever said that
I just thought he was being tough.
All right.
But he's also a bit of a pants on fire as well, because if you notice, he's always
I wish I'd said that. He's a bit of a pants on fire. Fantastic.
Well, if you saw him then, he's always been, I don't care, I know I'm going to be picked. But when he suggested himself, did you notice he kind of looked away and he said, I think it's going to be me. And then he looked back and said the others. So I think
what does that tell us?
He really, really, really hoped and thought it wasn't going to be him. So big in denial on that one.
Yeah. I mean, is that what it means when you sort of look away and you're talking about yourself? Is that kind of that whole denial thing?
Well, when we're not telling the absolute truth, we know that our face tends to give it away. So if you look away, it's easier not to give it away. Once you turn around and use eye contact, then it's all there.
Now, he knows he got booed last weekend. When Ahmed came out, I mean, Victor's first reaction, which was hilarious, wasn't sort of like to pat Ahmed on the back. He just went, I just got booed. He was absolutely mortified about it. Do you think he's scared about going on?
That's the whole thing with him. He's all bluff, isn't he? He just desperately wants to be loved, bless him. And he's putting on this big gangster routine, and I don't care if I get booed. He will be gutted, absolutely gutted.
Yeah. Okay. Initial reaction. Who do you think is going to go Friday?
I think if you look at it like a game, the one you could withdraw the most with the least possible disaster going on in there, sadly, will be Dan. I think he's the most vulnerable.
Right.
But there again, it should be Jason.
Oh, hang on a second. Expert. Objective.
With opinion.
Well, subjective. Judy James, everyone. Thanks, Judy. Okay, after the break, wedding bells are calling and we're getting ready for the big day. Plus, Ahmed is available for your pleasure. We'll see you at 3. Hello, welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. Coming up, ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. We're joined by a top celebrity wedding planner to talk about how the housemates are preparing for their big day. Plus, dum 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 dum, Ahmed for hire. Oh dear, need I say more? But in case you just missed it, earlier on in the show, we broke the news to the housemates about who's up for eviction this week. Take a look at this.
This is Big Brother. There are 4 people nominated for eviction this week. They are Daniel and Jason and Nadia and
Victor. What's wrong with these guys?
Yeah, but I'm bothered. I'm bothered, though. It's an outrage.
Who better to ask his advice on this week's nominations? It's the man of the moment. It's Ahmed, everyone.
Yeah!
Hey,
How are you?
good
Fine,
to see you, Ahmed.
Yeah.
This week's nominations, then, Ahmed. What do you think?
It's awful. Both of my friends, they are on the sinking ship. I don't like that.
No, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
What can they do now to turn it around for the public? What do you think they have to do?
I don't know, because I always told Jason, as long as you see my face, smile.
Yeah.
Yes, once I'm evicted, then it will be your turn. I hope he survives there. I hope that. Dan, the devious Dan.
You hope Devious Dan goes?
Yeah.
Why? Do you not like Dan?
I didn't like him. I tried a lot with him, but then I realized once I was out that he was slugging me in the diary room.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're hoping Dan goes. And now Armenia is still sweeping the nation.
Yeah.
I know, it's fantastic,
Yeah.
isn't it? Even a lot of
Yeah.
papers and so forth.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
Yes, it is. What have you been up to? What have you done today?
Today I did have an interview with Virgin Radio. They were great, Beach and Jeff. I
Pete
enjoyed
and Jeff,
myself.
they're
Yeah,
nice guys.
yeah.
And how have people been to you in the street?
Oh, that was wonderful. People
Really?
asking me autographs, taking a picture with me. It is great. Today I went to buy something in the shop, and then there were a lot of people. It was my first time that I went there, and then I couldn't handle it. Then I just...
Did you? Was there a bit of
walked back to the
Armenia
car.
going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. But
yeah.
the reception's been good and so forth.
Good, very good.
Well, that's
very
good.
good.
That's
I'm
good.
enjoying myself.
Okay, as well as all this, you were on GMTV yesterday, weren't you?
Yes.
We took a camera down there to follow you. Let's have a look at what you got up to.
Ciao, I'm in GMTV to be interviewed. It's a great day. I'm very happy to be here.
The angry man of Big Brother, Ahmed, is here. He's going to be... Oh, careful.
Hello.
We were hoping he might have calmed down, but it looks like he's enjoying himself already. Ahmed, welcome to the sofa. It's good to meet you this morning. Are you feeling a little bit more sane since you came out of the house on Friday?
Yes, I'm sane, but if you want me, just give me a few seconds, then I will be insane.
Okay. For now, Ahmed, it's nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. I hope you like the interview. I'm saying to all my fans, ciao. Ciao.
Kate!
Kate! Where are you?
You loved a bit of Kate,
Yeah,
didn't
Kate, I like her.
She's
yeah.
a good-looking woman, isn't she?
Yeah.
Is she enough woman for Ahmed?
Yes.
Of course she is.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to have Ahmed for hire later
Thank
on.
you.
For the moment, Ahmed, everyone!
Ah.
Okay, yesterday Big Brother set this week's task. The housemates have to prepare for and carry out a wedding ceremony. But will it be a match made in Big Brother heaven? Here to talk us through the wedding plan is celebrity wedding planner Siobhan Craven-Robbins.
Hello.
This is nice.
Isn't
Look
it?
at this.
Very romantic. Quite pink.
This is very top table, isn't it, Siobhan? Surely.
It is. And actually, not many people do this so much anymore because you can only talk to the people either side of you.
You just got married. You want to speak to your wife, surely?
Yeah, and it's your night to socialise as well, isn't it?
Yes.
You've got all your guests there.
True.
So,
OK, so this is...
don't
essentially,
see
you're
this.
saying we're outdated and unfashionable here. Yesterday, the housemates were told that they had to decide amongst themselves what roles they'd play in the wedding. Bit of a hoo-ha, but this is what they decided. Bride Shal, groom Victor, father of the bride Stuart, bridesmaid Nadia, best man Dan, clergyman Jason, chorister Michelle. She was not happy about this. She wanted to be the bride. She wanted a big stew pot stew to be the groom. More of that on tonight's show. Your clients have included Joan Collins and Barbara Windsor. So how do you fancy Shell and Victor as bride and groom?
Well, I think it's best if a couple are in love first when they come to me, so I'm not quite sure how long it would last.
Revolutionary.
Because I don't do divorce or annulments. So,
right. OK, so you don't think it's got the legs.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot to prepare for in a wedding. You're here to talk us through the whole shebang. First up, before the wedding, the hen stroke stag do's. Last night was Shell's hen night. The boys were told they have to provide entertainment. Give us your take on this.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Nudity! Nudity! Oh my God!
Can we have the ladies on the sofas, please?
Interesting. Is that typical hen night behaviour in
well,
your experience?
not really, no. The stripper is the thing that everybody thinks actually does happen at a hen or stag party, but now people tend to do things like go-karting or the girls go away and have a pampering session.
Sure.
But you never know, they may be able to look for another job when they get out the house.
So strippers, tacky or necessary?
I think tacky.
I think tacky too. They're wrong. OK, outfits are second up. I'm informed that for girls, it's all about the dress, isn't it? Now, Shell said yesterday she wanted a purple and yellow themed dress, but this morning she was told that she had to make her own. What's the most unusual kind of request for a dress you've had?
Well, you know, people tend to actually dress nicely for their wedding. They tame it down a little bit because you want to look beautiful, not frightening. But I did have one bride who got married in orange and crimson,
do you
which
try
was
and
very
talk her
much
out of that, or do you just say no? OK, I'm going to
It
go
looked
with
good. It really did. It was a beautiful chiffon dress with a complimentary veil, and it just looked great. And it was her.
We've got 3 wedding dresses for you to talk us through, and how Shell would suit each of them, perhaps. The first one, I guess, is the classic one, isn't it?
That is quite a classic and very in vogue at the moment, the strapless look, and then with the beading and the pearls. Very, very pretty. And she'd look gorgeous in that one. It's a very romantic wedding dress.
What I like about that, from a layman or from a man's point of view, is, for me, women should have curves, and that shows them off.
Oh, it does, yeah, nicely trimmed in at the waist and a nice, not too big skirt, whereas the second one is actually what's been rechristened the meringue.
Yeah, what is that all about?
Yeah, that is actually what's called a princess skirt.
Do people still wear that?
Some do, because it is the full-on wedding dress. You feel like a bride in that. It's not something you're going to go and wear to a party or do your shopping in. It's a proper wedding dress.
Do people still keep their wedding dresses, or do they hire them?
No, mostly do keep them,
That's
actually, yeah. But I could imagine maybe Michelle, if she had been the bride, going for something like that. That's the full-on wedding dress.
What about this last one?
This one's beautiful, a very sort of understated wedding dress, very elegant. And I think with these sleeves, it's got a slightly bohemian look. This is actually the one that I could see Shell in. She's got a beautiful figure, and I think would suit that.
It says second wedding to me, that, you know.
Does it?
Yeah.
I think
I've been married before, it didn't work out. I'll give it a go again, but I'm
and
not
you know
going to
what
dress up
suits
too
you.
much.
Yeah,
Nice little princess.
I think it's
Do you think that's the one that is beautiful? That's one Shell's going to... You think she should go for?
Yeah.
She's been busy making her dress all day. Let's have a look at what she made herself.
Okay.
Oh, nice train at the back. It's very you, princess. Very you.
It is, isn't it?
Doesn't she look beautiful in that? And you just said that she had that look in her eyes.
She does, looking in the mirror. That's the look that brides get when they're looking with the dress on. So I think she's really living the part,
she's getting
actually.
married.
Yeah.
1 hour, 44 minutes it took. Right, OK, next up, the vows. On the big day, it's all about what they say to each other. Yesterday, the bride and groom met with Jason, the vicar. Wow, I never thought I'd say that. To discuss what they should say in their vows. Take a look.
So these are the 5 vows that the example.
Oh, well, you can pick more personal vows, can't you?
Okay.
Got anything in particular you want?
No, we should include something about busty, and
I promise to be a busted babe for as long as we're married.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Do I have to say that as well?
No, it's different vows.
We just got to write 5 lines.
Vows. 5 lines.
5
I'll
lines.
make love to you when you want me to.
Yes!
I'll make love to you like you want me to, and I'll hold you tight. Baby, you're food and I'll make love to you.
They've chosen to sing their vows. Is that unheard of?
It is, pretty much. I think that's quite toe-curling, actually. I'm not so sure it would be a legal ceremony either, actually,
Oh,
if you
interesting.
sang them.
OK, well, I'm quite glad about that. OK, the most important piece of music at the wedding is the first dance. We've got a treat for the BBLB viewers. It's your chance to decide what Shell and Victor's first dance is going to be. We've got some classics for you. Eric Clapton's Wonderful Tonight, Bryan Adams' Everything I Do, Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. Very briefly, your favourite out of those three?
I guess Eric Clapton.
Has to be Eric Clapton. All you have to do is text us. Here's how you do it. We've lent you Marco and Emma, but now it's time for We've Got His Hottest Property to be rented out. It's Ahmed! Ahmed, we've got to motor through this, but we've got three choices for you. Listen to each pitch and then decide what you want to do. It's Ahmed for hire. First up is Ella from Somerset. Hello, Ella.
Hello.
Very briefly, Ella.
Hello, Ella.
How are you, hon?
I'm
You all right?
fine, thanks.
OK, pitch yourself to Ahmed.
Okay. Ahmed, we really need you to come and work at our riding stables. Our horses are huge fans.
Riding
It's very hard work mucking out and washing the horses. Being honest, you would find it tough, but it's also great fun. And you have the opportunity to ride and be driving the horses, and I could take you out for a ride and show you all the splendours of the countryside.
OK, Ella,
Great.
not stop
That's
you there.
good.
That's pretty good. Let's speak to Louise from Bristol. Hello, Louise.
Hi there.
Go for it.
Okay, Ahmed, we want you to come to our dance school for the day. We can guarantee you a fun and eventful day where you'll be helping our teachers teach lots of children dances and hip-hop, street dance, reggae and cheerleading. We've all seen your excellent dance moves in the Big Brother house, so come and show us what you can do.
Thank you, Louise.
Lots of excited children.
Ciao, Louise.
Lastly, Stelios. Where's Stelios? Hello,
Hello.
Stelios. Go for it.
Hello.
Hi, Stelios.
Hello, Ahmed.
Hi.
You should come to us because you will be helping our beautiful belly dancer on the podium with her exotic dance. And your plate-smashing reputation.
OK, got to stop you there. Well, Ahmed, what are you going to choose? Stable hand, children's dance teacher, or going smashing the plates and playing around with the belly dancer?
Teachers. Children's.
You want to go to the children's teacher?
Yeah.
Louise Welsh in Bristol, congratulations. Ahmed is your man. OK, you've been voting for what Victor and Shell's first dance should be at the wedding tomorrow. I can now reveal, with a whopping 63% of the vote, the winner is... Wonderful Tonight. That's all we've got time for today. Don't miss Nominations Uncut, E4 at 7, main show at 10 o'clock, Channel 4. One of the strippers get a little more than he bargained for. We're back tomorrow at 6. Take care.